What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mad Max back at it again with a great another What If. And this is What If Deku had a gambler's quirk. And this is one that I came up with because I was asking you all if you would, I don't know, give me a quirk name for his quirk. Well, yeah. I already came up with the quirk name, so if y'all want to rename it, alright, fine. So, before Deku was born, Asashi and Inko, I want to say that Inko and Asashi both ran a casino, and they both had casino-type quirks. It's called sleight of hand, which means she's able to trick people into thinking that their card is there, and she is also able to change people cards and steal credit cards and like that, and sort of IDs and wallets. So she's sort of a thief, but she's a thief. Like she'll basically swipe your card and take all your money and just give it back. And she also copied like your ID and everything. So yeah. Now Sashi's quirk is sort of serious. Sashi's quirk is called control. It's a combination quirk between his like weird quirk that basically is sort of like the what if Deku was Joker quirk, but it was sort of different. It basically fucks up your brain and everything inside your head, and it makes you go insane for like a year until the point like you basically said fuck it and just kill yourself right there and there. So basically that's his quirk, and it's very villainous because like he worked for mob bosses, the yakuza people around the world as like an as like an assassin. So yeah. So we have a baby. Like as Deku is being born, he's gonna have golden hair on one side and gold, like black hair on this side. But look, but sort of imagine like a kid's black hair being the color, like it's sort of like golden hair, but it's black. Okay, just basically imagine that. So his quirk name is called Gamble. It's a combination of his mother's quirk and his father's quirk. So yeah. Oh yeah, and due to his quirk, it's basically going to give him like some tattoos on his arm, like card, like the king, queen, joker, ace, and everything, and on his arm. So he's sort of gonna be strong. So yeah. As we have a time skip where Deku is two, and he's in the casino watching his mom. He sees his mom use her quirk to basically trick the people, and he takes notes down on his mom's quirk. And since he knows the casino well enough, he basically goes around it asking for people quirks and their names. And basically all the people inside of that casino have trickster quirks. Basically, Inko just hired a lot of trickster people. So yeah. So Deku basically gets all their quirks, and they're all similar to his mom's. So he sort of goes back to his mom, and he sees that his mom is giving him a credit card, and she points down to a swiper down there in the computer. So Deku go down there and swipe the card, basically do the on tech shit that, and he sort of gives back the card to his mom, and like she gives it back to the man saying, "Is this your card?" And she pulls out his credit card and ID. So yeah, it's an easy scam. So our boy, um, so we have another time skip to where Deku is 5, right? Like, yeah, 5. And around this time, his quirk is going to manifest. So since his parents, like, so since his mom and dad are in Japan, they just sit there for a little week or two, and they live their casinos into like a family friends care. So yeah, Deku goes to the park, just chilling, playing in the sandbox of the jungle gym and everything, and he sees a person bullying another one, and this is all we know as Bakugo. Deku walks over saying, "Hey, it's not nice to bully. You you should stop." And Bakugo says, "Shut up, you nerd." And Deku gets mad because like his mom taught him, don't ever let nobody call you no damn names, no motherfucking other name than your motherfucking name. And Deku like, the fuck you just said to me, nigga? And Bakugo like, wait, what? Deku says, nigga, you heard me. What did you just say to me? And says, I called you a damn nerd. Now, leave before you die. And basically, Bakugo just fucking lunges at Deku. And Deku basically uses his quirk and he doesn't know it. And like a coin pops in his hand. And it felt like it was normal. But he grabbed the coin, he flipped it, and he just said, take a chance or a choice. And he just moved the coin so fast where it basically made the coin heat up, and he sort of just threw it at Bakugo's head, and in doing so, he basically just gets sucked inside of Bakugo's head, and he sees Bakugo angry as fuck, and like he basically says Bakugo Katsuki, right? And Bakugo says like, yeah, how you know my name? And Deku basically touches his arm twice for some weird reason, and he pokes a card. This is the king's card, and like he pulls it out of his arm, and like he flings it in behind of Bakugo, and the king on his throne judges him. He judges Bakugo Katsuki of his actions and so much more. The king says, Bakugo Katsuki, you are judged. And like he slams his staff on the ground, just breaking the strength that Bakugo had inside of his head, that mental link, like the insanity Bakugo has lost, the evil dog that's inside of him. He's he's dead, like he's lost. Deku choose Deku goes back out. He sees the coin and it sort of changes. He sees black writing on it and he sees his hair. Cool. And like he's walking away as like those lackeys. They're scared. Like what what did you do? And like one of them goes and try to attack Deku, but Bakugo says, don't mess with him. I need to say something. And he says, I'm sorry. Okay, I shouldn't have been bullying that person. I should have been fighting and using my quirk. I know that I could go to jail, but I didn't really know the person out there with a stronger quirk would come and defeat me. And like his lackeys are like, what did you do? What did he say? And like they are shocked that Bakugo actually just said that out his mouth. Bakugo Katsuki, the number one idiot and dumbass and badass. And if you wondering, Do I like Bakugo? No. He's a total dick and fuck Bakugo. So, yeah. Deku basically just says, screw you too. And like he goes back to his house and like his mom says, oh, Izuku, I need to tell you something. What is it? How do you say it? Do you want to stay here in Japan? And Izuku says, no. It's crappy. I'd rather go to America. And she smiles, and so does Asashi. And like say, okay then, we're moving to America. And Deku's like, what? We basically chose to stay here, but since this town is so small and like business is not booming, we're gonna go to America. So Deku says, okay, fine. And he also tells him that his quirk manifested too. And his mother probably like, oh really? Cool. And like Deku pulls out a weird golden coin. And it's pure gold too. Just so y'all can know. His parents pulls out a weird scale. And this is not one for the green. Like his parents pull out a scale for measuring diamonds and gold, just in case if it's real or not. They test it and it's real gold. But there's one weird thing on it. It has four weird things: a crown, a queen's crown, a club, a ace, and a joker in the middle. Not a joker, but like the king's crown in the middle. And like once Deku grabs the coin, a card comes out of his arm, which is the king's symbol. And his parents are freaking out like, when did you get a tattoo? And what are these tattoos? And Deku says, I think it's my quirk. And like they are like, wait, your quirk? Yeah. And Deku explains everything, and like his parents are very shocked that he actually did all that. So they go back to America, and like they basically own a big ass casino building, like the Eiffel, not the Eiffel Tower big, but like a big ass hotel big in like New York or something. They have that big tower for gambling, and they have like boxing, like professional boxing matches, because like the people they hire are boxers, and if they get hurt, it's not on them because like they signed a waiver saying if you get hurt, that's not on us. So yeah, you do you, and don't fuck with us. So like yeah, that's what Deku moved into with his parents. They sit at the very top of the tower. Deku, he basically is sitting there in his room, just sort of playing with his coin, and like out of nowhere, the only thing you can hear is a big thunk. And like Deku runs out his room, seeing like the I don't say intruders of his house. He sees the intruders and the police, saying, Inko Midoriya, Asashi Midoriya, you're both. And as he's saying that, Deku uses his quirk and like he throws the coin at the person's head, and like he gets sucked inside the coin, inside the person's head. He sits there saying, "Ah, this is a cop's head," and this cop is a high-ranking cop, and he works for the mafia. So the cop went to the mafia because like the mafia don boss basically just sort of wanted him to take out the Midoriyas because like they were getting more money than everybody else, because why not? So Deku goes and like he takes a card, and it's a different card, the queen. He pulls the queen out and he throws it behind the cop, And the queen says, "Bow down to your queen." And like the cop is struggling to bow down, and in doing so, the queen also says, "Take out your gun and shoot yourself." And like the guy's dead right then and there. The only thing you can hear are gunshots. And the queen goes back into Deku's arm, and the coin changes into the queen. And like Deku just picks up the gun and he shoots the two intruders, killing them. And like he frees his mom and dad. And Deku basically says, "I think I know who did this, mom, dad." And his mom and dad are like, "Who did it?" And like he explains who the person is in the mafia. So they say, "You know what? Come on, come on, Izuku." They go down to like a weird, deeper level, and it has like assassin's gear and everything. And like Deku's confused, like, "My parents were assassins?" And I say, "Oh yeah, we were. And since we had you, we had to put it up because we didn't want you to be in this. And now that they aimed for our family, it's war." And like Asashi throws Deku a small assassin's gear kit and says, "You're coming too, alright? You may need to learn some things." And like they get into a developed car by them because like when Asashi was an assassin and so was Inko, they had to build a car by themselves out of electric parts. So it runs on a quirk. And since that person is dead, they use a weird power source. It's called an arc reactor because since they were assassins, they were tasked to kill somebody who had that type of quirk built inside their chest. So yeah, they took that out of that person's chest and just slapped inside a car, and it's strong like the arc reactor. So basically, the arc reactor powers the whole car, and it's quiet. So yeah, they just rocket out of the garage basement and onto the streets, and they just drive all the way to that mob boss's house, his home, and like they knock on the door saying, room service," and like the guy doesn't answer, and like Deku says, "Fuck it." He just fucking kicks down the door saying, "We said fucking room service, bitch." And like the guy was just into mid doing it with a girl, and like they didn't really give a damn. So like they just killed the guy, and like Deku remembers if the mob comes after us, we're screwed. So Deku sort of heals up the guy's injured wound on his on his neck, and he throws the coin onto the guy's head and uses the queen on him again. Like he basically uses the queen on the mob boss and tells him to give us all your money and kill all your guys. And like the mob boss says, "Okay," and the queen kills him. So yeah, they leave and like they go back home. They clean up the blood and everything, and they get like a weird ping from Inko's computer saying like $2 trillion have been deposited inside your bank account. And like they say, "Oh, well, okay." Deku's just chilling out, right? You feel me? Deku's just chilling out with his parents inside the room, and like they turn on the news and say a mob boss has been killed by assassins, and heroes are trying to find them now. And as they are very much okay, it's on the news, and like they get a knock, and Deku opens the door saying, hello, shit," and that is our boy All Might. And in this, what if All Might really doesn't fight All for One? Because All Might is from America, so in America we do things very much different. We kill your ass from the spot and leave you there to die. So yeah, um, All Might killed All for One and took All for One's quirk from him, and like he basically just said, "Screw it, I'm gonna get stronger and become the best hero ever." And he takes the quirk and he basically is sort of now the hero, like a strong hero. But then now back to Deku. Deku says, "Oh, all right, pleasure to meet you. What brings you to America?" "Oh, I was in the town looking for an old colleague of mine." And Deku just gulps, saying, "Holy shit, he's mean David Shield." And no one knows that about David Shield and Melissa. Deku sort of says, "Hey, mom, dad, it's All Might here." And his parents like, "Oh shit, All Might. Hey, All Might, what do you want? What brings you to America?" "Oh, I was just in town." "You heard about that murder?" "Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. We heard about it. Yeah, it was nice meeting you, All Might." And Deku just tries to close the door, and All Might grabs the door, saying, "Ain't that strange?" And they say, "What?" "They found footprints and gun shells and a weird emblem on that man's head, the mob boss's head. Hmm, I wonder who it was." And Deku's coin drops out his hand, and that's the queen who was gonna talk, but Deku just slams his foot over the coin. I might see to say, what is that?" "Oh, it's just a old coin that I found. It's nothing." All Might says, "Give it to me." And Deku says, "No, it's mine. It's my coin." And All Might just says, "Fine." And he just snatches it, and he sees the gold coin and he weighs it. Because, like, he has a scale with him. Because All Might is not a drug dealer, but he does some drugs. So, yeah. So he weighs it, and, like, it's actual gold. All Might says, "Where did you get this from, boy?" "I found it." And All Might says, "Don't screw with me. Where the fuck did you get it?" And Deku says, "It's a part of my quirk." "Fine. Damn." All Might says, "It's a part of your quirk?" "Yeah." And he sees the emblem that was on the dead guy's body. And like he walks in closer and he see one blood stain saying, mm. So he gives the coin back to Deku saying, "You should probably pawn that in. It'll be good money." And Deku's like, "Why the fuck would I pawn my own quirk in, you idiot? I can't even fucking let go of the coin." And Deku basically just slams the door saying, "Mom, Dad, we need to get the fuck out of New York." And like they go to Washington. You know what? They go to Washington D.C., which is somewhat in New York. So they go there and they rent a small apartment. But like that casino thing, that they still run that because like why not? And Inko and Dasashi had another daughter. Like they adopted another daughter because like they don't be caught or something. So like they adopted another daughter. They adopt another kid, and this girl is Himiko Toge. Her quirk is sort of not gonna be the same as in canon. She's able to copy people like twice, and she basically copies her mom, Inko, and Asashi, and like she sends them like the clones to work, and like the real Inko and Asashi are packing up their shit and going to Germany or Italy. And Inko says, "We've never started a business in Italy, have we?" And Asashi says, "No, we haven't." And as they are leaving, Deku, poor Deku, Toga basically just pulls Deku into another room. And note this, he is 10 now. He is 10 years old. So Toga pulls Deku into a room, and like she basically just makes another copy of herself and him, and like she basically just reaches her hand down his pants, just fucking sexually assaulting Deku. And Deku's like, "What are you doing?" And he's groaning like, "What the fuck?" He's groaning. And Toga says, "Oh, I just want to taste my new toy." And Deku's like, "What the fuck do you mean?" And she just feels a weird gooey stuff come out of Deku's with All Might. And All Might, one for all, punch. Gummy. Like the gum pistol that. Yeah. That comes out of Deku's All Might. And she says, "Oh, well, it looks like your little All Might did a good job." And she licks it and she just pulls Deku out of the closet. And she runs up with the other clones and she dispels them. And since she dispelled them and they had their luggage, they basically just walk behind Inka and Asashi. And our boy Deku, he just like, damn, did I really just get my first handy from my adopted sister who's the fucking same age as me? And this is where I'm gonna be leaving it off for a little bit. But like, yeah.